What is going on, all you Pokemon collecting maniacs out there? This is Ryan, the Pika Pika Papa, and it is Sunday Fun Day, which means today we're going to be talking about the cards that have been moving and shaking on TCG Player over the last 7 days. Now, I want to remind you, this is not my list. This list is pushed to us directly from TCG Player, and when you think about the volume of the sales that goes on at the TCG Player website, when they reach out and they say, hey, listen, these are the cards you should be paying attention to. These are the ones that are either moving and shaking. This week they renamed it. They say these are the biggest spikes in Pokemon this week. So whenever they push that information out to us, I think it is very, very important that we pay attention to it. And that's why we have this Sunday series. Now, there's a bunch of different things that I really like about this series, and I've shared it in the past. First and foremost, it's a 1 week snapshot. So at times this can show us, hey, listen, this is where the market's starting to move. We get a little bit of a head start on everybody else. And so having this come out every 7 days, I think helps us keep a finger on the pulse of what's going on. And the other thing too is because this video always highlights cards that are moving either favorably or unfavorably, they're moving in a fast direction, or in this case, they're spiking in price. Like, because we do this repetitively every Sunday, we start to understand patterns. We start to understand things that can lead to future card price increases. And that's what this channel is all about. Like, I always try and gather as much information and learn as much as I can, because I know you work hard for your money and I work hard for mine. And I want to make sure whenever we decide to spend it on this awesome hobby, we get the most amount of joy out of it that we possibly can. So, in the title of this video, I use the word we, right? Because I'm talking about some things that we've talked about quite a lot in the past that have been great indicators of future price appreciation. And we're going to talk about it as we go through here. So, as I said, we do this video every single Sunday. It's a ton of fun. We get to see the hottest cards in the market in a very, very short time frame. And I find a lot of value in it. And if you get into this video and you find value in it too, and you're having fun and you want to see more, hit that subscribe button or give us a thumbs up. Those two small things go a long way in helping my small channel out. And I really appreciate it. Now, I told you that we're going to be highlighting some things that we've identified in the past that can help us understand cards that are going to pop in the future. And the first one, and I think the very, very best example is this Mew. Now, obviously, this is an awesome promo card, which came from the 151 Ultra Premium Collection box. And when you look at where this card was priced 1 year ago, this was a $5 card. Now, 1 year ago, we all knew 151 was going to be an absolute monster of a set. There was no confusion about that. That was just an innate understanding. We knew 151 was going to be massive. We also knew 151 is a specialty set, which means no booster boxes, which means the sealed products that have the best opportunity for long-term price appreciation is what? The Ultra Premium Collections, the Pokemon Center exclusive ETBs, the regular Elite Trainer boxes, right? And then you got this card right here, which was nestled very, very beautifully in that Ultra Premium Collection box. And the other thing, what is it? It's a Mew, and we know that Mew is one of the most popular Pokemon out there. Plus, when you look at this artwork, this isn't just a regular series artwork with a brand new stamp on it, right? This is unique alt art on a promo from one of the biggest sets in recent memory, from one of the best sealed products from that set. I mean, it just every single box you could possibly fathom to check to give this card the best opportunity for long-term price appreciation was there. And just the cherry on top is this thing has an abysmal gem rate, which means PSA 10s are very, very hard to find, which makes this card in the raw form, even more valuable because people are always out there trying to chase those PSA 10s. So, all of that to say, this card has absolutely spiked, not only recently, but quite a bit over the last year, right? Starting off at that $5 price point and now getting all the way up just shy of $55. And as you can see, I mean, it was $35 just a week and a half ago. It was not at that $55 mark. You can see it's had this very, very huge price spike here as of late. But all of the things that I just mentioned, we talk about it a lot on this channel. I'm trying not to be repetitive, but those are all of the boxes that we look to check when we're trying to find cards that we think might be undervalued or might have this big long-term upside, big name Pokemon, awesome artwork from an amazing set. And the kicker on this one is the unique alt artness from a very, very special sealed product. So I thought this was a really cool one for us to talk about. Now, the next one, believe it or not, comes from the exact same set because we're talking about the Snorlax. Again, I went over the three big sealed products from 151, the Ultra Premium Collection, you got the Pokemon Center exclusive ETB, then you have the regular ETBs. Now, this is not the Pokemon Center exclusive stamped one. This is just the regular plain Jane one, but again, think about it. I mean, there are going to be a lot of 151 Elite Trainer boxes that are going to be kept sealed. Those Elite Trainer boxes are going for ridiculous amounts of of money right now, and this little beauty is nestled in there. Snorlax might not be a top 15 Pokemon, although some people might argue with me, but it is certainly one of the big name Pokemons. This artwork is absolutely fantastic. And when you look at it, I mean, look at where this card was a year ago. This was like $1, and that is it's just wild to say. This card was going for like $1, and then you can see all the way into December of 2024, it had climbed its way up to a $4 card. Now, most of those gains did come here as of recently. It's still sub $20, coming in at $16.92, but this card over the last year is up 2,097%. Again, we have talked about the Mew, we've talked about this Snorlax, like it is just not hard. Now, just because a card has a great opportunity for long-term price appreciation doesn't necessarily mean you should spend your money on it. You should spend your money on cards that make you happy and fulfill your collection the way that you want and bring you the most amount of joy. But if you can couple the fact that maybe you're a Snorlax fan or a 151 fan or just a stamped promo fan or maybe a Black Star promo fan, like if you can get this kind of price appreciation and it has all of these intangibles going along with it, why the heck wouldn't you pick it up? I mean, a year ago, would you have not taken a flyer and maybe bought 10 or 15 of these? Anyways, I could go on and on. Just a great example of something that we should be looking for as we get to this Mega Evolution series and whatever the next series is beyond that, because there will be more opportunities like this. And I think this is a great lesson for all of us to learn. Now, the next one right here, this was not on the movers and shakers list this week, but I had to plug it in, and I never do this. Hard stop. I never do this on Sunday videos. Usually I just talk about the data set the TCG player sends out, but I wanted to bring this to everybody's attention because we just talked about some fantastic promo cards from the 151 set. This is the Eevee, okay? So this is the Pokemon Center exclusive stamped version that comes from the Prismatic Evolutions Pokemon Center Elite Trainer boxes, and this card has been on a downfall for quite a while, but look at what the price is doing there on the right-hand side. It is starting to turn its way up. It's coming in at $71.50 right now. I'm not saying it's going to do a one-for-one and follow exactly like the Snorlax did from 151. That Pokemon Center exclusive stamped promo is going for astronomical numbers right now. But when I think about everything that I just discussed for those two first cards, I could not leave this one off because this card, I have a very, very strong feeling 2 years from now is going to be worth multiples more than $71.50. Prismatic Evolutions has been getting its tail kicked here as of late. Prices have been declining, but as far as I'm concerned, that has represented a fantastic buying opportunity. So even though this one wasn't highlighted by TCG Player, it fit all of the different parameters that we were already talking about. And I care about you guys, and I thought I wanted to bring this to your attention because I do think this is a fantastic pickup right now. Now, another card that we'll talk about that was featured this week, right? This is the Legendary Birds stained glass stamped, or not stamped promo, but Black Star promo, okay? And we have talked about this card a lot over the last couple months. And again, this represents a much older card, right? This was from the Sun and Moon era. And this card right here did check a lot of the boxes early on. And I know a lot of these prices are moving because the market's getting really hot right now, but this is a card that was flying under the radar for a very, very long time. I mean, look at this. 1 year ago, this was a $20 card. And I mean, when you think about the print runs of Elite Trainer boxes back then, it was nothing that it is now. You got the Legendary Birds on here. The artwork is unique. It's fantastic. This card is all the way up to $103. Now it is falling. It did fall a little bit from that, I won't say irrational spike, but that very aggressive spike that saw it go all the way up to $120. But I feel very, very good that it went super high. It came low. And as you can see, it's starting to climb its way back up again. So again, it was really cool that TCG Player was highlighting these types of cards because this one fits all of the bills. And again, what a fantastic card. Can you imagine a year ago you were buying this thing at $20? I've shared this story before. Birds have a very special place in my family. It's a very strange story, but we have this love for birds. And so I've got a whole bunch of these that I had picked up back then, and I've got a bunch of them in PSA 10s. And I did it because it fit the collecting side. I did it because it fit, a very special place in our family. And now, just by dumb luck, here we are in the long run, seeing a lot of price appreciation in them as well. So very, very cool stuff. Now, next card that we're going to talk about is one which I wouldn't have had on the list. This is not a card that I personally would have aggressively gone after, the Kingdra right here, but it does have really, really cool artwork, right? We know that Black Star promos have the opportunity to give us big returns in the long run. When you look at it, again, I mean, this was a $5, $7, $8 card when it first came out. It went through a little bit of a price spike, and then it flattened out, and it's kind of stair-stepping its way up. Now, this one is definitely driven because there were a whole lot of them bought in a short amount of time, and you can see that the prices already just starting to tick its way down just a little bit. So we'll have to wait and see what happens in the long run. But I did think it was interesting that the Black Star promos are starting to get a whole lot of attention. People are buying out a lot of them on TCG Player, and it is really hard to bet against them in the long run. So very, very cool card. And then, of course, the final card that was on the list, and I saved it for the very end because we've talked about the Bubble Mew absolutely ad nauseum. And here it is. Again, you look at it a year ago, you know, this was a $70, $80 card. Here it is at $570, up 500% over the last year. The thing that I like the most about this is I think that this is already starting to blaze the trail of setting new all-time high prices for some of these really cool Scarlet and Violet chase cards. And that's what's exciting to me. I think, you know, when I talk about the chase cards and when you see this card has been on a downward trend for the last 5 or 6 months, you know, one of the narratives that I kept saying whenever we were looking at it is there's only one of two things that can happen. It will either never reach an all-time high again, whichever chase card we were talking about, or it will. That's it, black and white. Now, I will never predict a timeline. I'll never say, you know, this is going to happen in the next 6 months, whatever. Like, I don't have a crystal ball. But a lot of these Scarlet and Violet awesome cards, I do think will set new all-time highs at some point. I think they're amazing. I think that there's a lot of market demand for them. Obviously, the supply and demand is out of whack, and this is the very first one to do it, which makes me very excited. So that's it. Those are the cards that TCG Players highlighted this week. I hope you had as much fun as I did. I thought this list was really cool. Some fantastic takeaways from it. If you found value in it, if you had fun, hit that subscribe button or give us a thumbs up. Those two small things go a long way in helping my small channel out. I really appreciate it. All right, everybody, I will talk to you later. Have a great one. See you soon. Bye.